You can't have electoral reform unless you've got party democracy. You can't have that unless you've got people. So we have to look at it across the system. It has to be a systemic. We just can't cut it down. They are not isolated things. If you, let's say you've got a fantastic doctor, but you've got a poor nursing home, you will and I think that's exactly what we are handling a big thing, cutting it, hoping the system.
Dr. Lal, do you want to share your views on this? I know you stay apolitical, but it's time we got involved. Yeah, we'll just finish with Dr. Lal.
Thank you very much. I think
you're being recorded. We'll put you on YouTube. So be.
No, I think with all these learned, eminent people already disposing and thank you very much. I think we're discussing that. I think there's little I can really add. But however, I think one thing really important. I personally think that negative voting would be good. Because in many, I've been in Northeast just recently, and then I have talked to the politicians also, and then there is a kind of a problem with the politicians who do not understand what they are supposed to do, kind of very into executive powers, so that the executives don't execute, but the politicians just give jobs and give contracts and things like that, that really mess up the whole governance system. So therefore, if somebody or a party, and some party do not choose their party, candidates well, then if they don't choose well, then somebody comes up and then we give them a negative voting and then they are barred. Then there is, I think, surely one way of weeding out those people who need to be removed from there.
So you think negative voting would work?
I think negative voting will work.
Power to weed out.
Yes,
to weed out.
I think so.
Okay.
That is if we practice it, and if the people where the power is actually really go and do cast a negative vote, then there is a chance that will weed out, criminals or like one example. I'll not name anybody. One politician who is very, very kind of very racial and biased person.
Please name. We won't put you on YouTube.
No, I'll not. I'll not name it. That person has been elected forever. He's there for almost 20 years now.
Which state?
In the Northeast. So what happened is that this guy doesn't do anything except that in a state, in his locality, and only his localities. Like for example, if he's from Rajendra Nagar has water, electricity, not any other sites. South Delhi, no. So
that holds good for most states.
So this guy is still there, but nobody has barred him from election. And then not only that, this guy lost somebody in his family. So they said, oh, he should be elected uncontested because he lost somebody he loved. Sympathy vote.
Sympathy vote.
So the thing is, that negative voting it comes, the people can also say, because the ethnic class he has come from is not the majority. It's quite a good number of votes, but it's not the majority. So if the majority votes, we don't want this fellow. So I think if we practice that, it may really slowly change in a matter of few years, 5-10 years. So I think that it will help.
Okay. Thank you, Dr. Lal. Let's have your views, sir. नेगेटिव वोटिंग पे आपके क्या विचार हैं?
नेगेटिव वोटिंग के लिए तो विचार अच्छे हैं, लेकिन उसमें कई तरह के विचारों का समावेश हो गया। अभी उन्होंने कहा कि कुछ इसमें कास्ट लेवल पर भी लोग उसमें चले जाएंगे, तो वो थोड़ा बुरा होगा डेमोक्रेसी के लिए। कास्ट लेवल पर लोग पर्टिकुलर किसी कास्ट नहीं, निगेटिव वोटिंग के लिए जैसा कि उन्होंने सजेशन दिया कि अगर कोई कैंडिडेट जिसको हम क्रिमिनल है, बैकग्राउंड उसका ठीक नहीं है, हम उसको वोट नहीं करना चाहते हैं, उसके अदर सेंस में आजकल पॉलिटिशियन उसको नहीं देखते, सबसे पहले कास्ट लेवल में देखते हैं, फैमिली लेवल में देखते हैं कि हमारे फैमिली का है कि नहीं, कास्ट का है कि नहीं। अगर कास्ट का नहीं है तो उसको वोट मत करो, दूसरे कास्ट का रहा है उसको वोट मत करो। तो इस तरह की बुरी बातें हो सकती हैं, इसको हम मना नहीं कर सकते। तो इसलिए अब इसके बारे में कोई नया सॉल्यूशन चुनना होगा, क्योंकि राइट टू रिजेक्शन तो होना चाहिए, लेकिन किस वे में होना चाहिए वो, हाँ प्रॉपरली उसको डिफाइन करना पड़ेगा। और राइट टू विड्रॉ वो तो ठीक है, वो तो बिल्कुल ठीक है 100% कि राइट टू विड्रॉ होना चाहिए कैंडिडेट का। रिकॉल वही राइट टू रिकॉल एंड राइट टू रिजेक्शन दोनों ही अच्छे हैं और दोनों ही इम्प्लीमेंट होना चाहिए, लेकिन राइट टू रिजेक्शन में कुछ टर्म्स एंड कंडीशन ठीक होना चाहिए। That's all.
First of all, I would like to appreciate each and everyone for this nice and healthy discussion. My name is Yash Dogra and I am pursuing MBA in Gurgaon. One of my friends said like he's from Mumbai. I also worked in Mumbai for around 3 years and I was in the Vashi area, Navi Mumbai. I've seen there like only Nikes, they are ruling Navi Mumbai area. Now each one of Nikes family is either MLA, MP or any other councillor member. Now, if anyone is having disagreement with their selection, what he will do? If only the names in the electoral ballot is having all the names, what he will do? He will not be able to do. Now, if we are having, let me complete. The thing being, if we are having a negative voting system, I will be able to disagree with the person with the selection of those candidates. Now, my friend said like he will be hanging in the weekend as compared to going for a line, and he don't want to select. Then why he should go in a line? Now the thing being a youth also, I would like to say that if I am not going to select someone, I am having the right to reject someone. So the thing being, if I am not having any agreement with someone, I will definitely go to reject someone. Now 1 year, 2 year or 3 years down the line, what will happen? If many of us like by 2030 will be having the youngest population in the world. Now if we will show the data like each year we are rejecting the people who are having criminal background, what it will show to the world? What it will show to the electoral system? It will show each party should not select a candidate which is having a bad background. Now this will happen, this will surely going to help our society. So in my way or in my opinion, we should go for the proportional electoral system. So I would favor that, and I would say that in my college also we are in favor of these reforms, because reforms used to define the system. Each time a reform comes, there are pros and cons, but it is used to define the system. So thanks for this discussion.
टू मेक एक छोटा सा कंट्रीब्यूशन करूंगा अपने दोनों मित्रों के बात के ऊपर। मुझे अभी भी ऐसा लग रहा है कि राइट टू रिजेक्शन और राइट टू रिकॉल दोनों का ही समावेश करके एक नया टूल, एक नया हथियार आना चाहिए, क्योंकि राइट ऑफ रिजेक्शन एक ऐसा खाली बर्तन है जिसे कोई भी पॉलिटिकल पार्टी उसको मिसयूज़ कर सकती है। और अगर आप राइट टू रिजेक्शन का टैक्स पेइंग के इतिहास में अगर आप थोड़ा सा ध्यान दें तो हम अपनी पौराणिक कथाओं में जाएं तो हम ये पाएंगे कि जब अश्वमेध यज्ञ होता था और घोड़े को छोड़ा जाता था, घोड़े को रोकने का मतलब होता था राइट टू रिकॉल या राइट टू रिजेक्ट दैट पर्टिकुलर टैक्स, जो कि मंदिर में जमा कराना, क्रॉप के रूप में जमा कराना अनिवार्य होता था। उसके बाद युद्ध होता था, तो ये राइट टू रिजेक्शन उस समय भी था, लेकिन जो 6% क्रॉप को टैक्स के रूप में उस समय रखा जाता था, और आज 60% का जो टैक्स का सेटअप हो चुका है, जो पूरी तरीके से कंज्यूमर को डराता है। और ये जो 5 साल का जो डिस्टेंस है, जिसमें बेनिफिशियरी को ये मालूम नहीं है कि वो बेनिफिशियरी है या जो नेता को वो भेजा है वो बेनिफिशियरी हो जाएगा, और 5 साल के बाद वो उसको नौकर की तरह रिकॉल करेगा और ट्रीट करेगा, और कुछ एक साड़ी दे देगा, कुछ मिक्सी दे देगा और फिर वोट डलवा देगा। दैट पार्ट कैन ओनली बी ब्रिज्ड unless until we don't simplify